the expansiveness, the energy bursting. And this is just a description of like sensation. And it also might be a belief that is contributing to the experience. Um, the expansion feels confined by the body. And it's not, as it's recognized, it's just the expression. The expression is continue it is like calling for the expression continuing. And the expression is, what is the expression? The expression is, it feels loud, bold, and strong, like fight meets love, like fighting for love, not touchy-feely human love, but not at all excluding that. It's so fierce love. It's asserting itself. And it's like a bold, strong love. Like the world shaking the world. I love you, God damn it. Yeah, that feels great. I love you, God damn it. I love you, God damn it. I love you, God damn it. I love you. And it's everyone. It's this man waiting for the bus in a wheelchair, Jeffrey. He was back by the building because it's hot today. He's waiting for the bus in the shade. So this moved to the shade. So we're by each other. And he has headphones in his wheelchair. And he takes off his headphones. So I'm about to put on my headphones. And he said, what do you listen to? He said, I listen to jazz. So when he said jazz, it wasn't what I was about to listen to. I don't know what I was about to listen to. But I told him about Kulu's Cafe. And then he's asking. So we're talking. And then he's saying, it is so fun to express. And then he's saying, I like to, he's kind of saying it and asking it at the same time, like saying it and wondering if this happens here. I like to sit on the bus and the music, like, I don't remember his words, but like, I knew what he was describing. Like there's looking and music and it was like this immersion. He was like describing this immersion. And then I was like, oh, let me show you something cool if that's what you like. I was like, you can do that. And instead of looking at the something, you can look at nothing. And he's like, wait. And I was like, right now, like, look at the tree. He looked at the tree in front of him. And I was like, then look at the space, empty space. And the eyes aren't designed to see nothing, but something sees nothing. And then he's like, and then he went back in time. He went back in time to, I don't know how far back he went. At first, it was like this location he has met, like that corner. over time. And then he was describing something from childhood. And it was a seeing, it was a he was remembering um like unbound consciousness. And and I knew what he was talking about, and then I don't know what happened. And then it was a love affair. And all the norms, like they started to construct for a moment when the bus came. There was still more talking and excitement, and we shared names, and he shared about all the smoking. He had smoked so much, and then seeing that um, there's no one to be mad at, and that the smoking is the cause of the him being a wheelchair. He has a lung that he has to have removed, um, and knowing that when he sees other smokers, like that he wants to say something. Oh, there's love right now for my friend who smokes. Mm. He wants to say something, but he knows that it's not a personal, it's not, he's like trying to say it, but didn't know how to say it. Like it's not a personal, it is personal, like it's this doing it to itself, but it's not a person doing it. So like saying something isn't it, it becomes like a prescription, and he knows that that's not like that's not how it happened. Him quitting, he quit 3 years ago, and it wasn't, he can't, it was great. It's like he can't say how or why or when. Um, and that the medical condition is natural given when the smoking stopped. Um, and then the bus was coming, and this felt the old closing, like what used to seem like a relief that we don't have to talk anymore or something. It was like the the limitation to intimacy that used to arise in talking to somebody at a bus stop or even on a bus. And it started up. I think that's when we exchanged names. And he was like, am I ever going to see you again? Um, and he said, I am, for sure I am. And he was like, you're amazing, you're beautiful, what you're saying. And I was like, but it's not it's like, it's not, it's there too. Like, it's not, and then he was like, he redid it, like let it in or something. I was like, okay, like I'll let it in. And then we were getting on the bus, and the, I was closer to the bus door, and I said, we need a ramp. And when it was said that way, we need a ramp, I was not separate from him. And then the intimacy didn't end. It didn't close off in the old conditioning, which was maybe more expansive in this body than the average body that might not talk at all to somebody that's a stranger on a bus or whatever. But it was more open. And then it didn't close. It there was, he got on and there was sitting right by him, and then asking like how long or about his wheelchair, learning how to use it. And the question was so free. It just came. It wasn't, the words didn't matter. The words were just uh, were intimacy. They were a yes to intimacy. And so then his talking about the wheelchair, it didn't matter what was being said. It was just intimacy. And then my friend called, and I was like, I'm talking to a man on a bus. Can I call you back? Um, and he was only going one stop, and I don't remember the rest of the talking. Oh yeah, he was sharing about basically like describing having been an alcoholic was kind of what it sounded like where he used to live in the neighborhood where I live. And that's what he did. but he also was saying about working, he ran hotels and saw people from all over the world. And he saw with culture, he saw, I say, so beautiful. He saw like these weren't his words, but it was what he was describing, like that the right way was made up, like seeing men wear skirts and things like wraps or whatever at hotels. Like, yeah, he really, so he was like describing this time in his life where he was an alcoholic and seeing that right and wrong were made up. And I love him. And it was cool because um, the colleague that where I worked in Chicago, there was all this invitation and challenge to look at internalized white supremacy, as particularly as a white woman, and the white accountability group I was in as a part of that practice, and all the things. And it, there's a there's a solving for it in the back end with awakening. Um, this black man, older black man in a wheelchair, was an older black man in a wheelchair, and he also wasn't an older black man in a wheelchair. This was a white woman, able-bodied, and also wasn't a white woman, able-bodied. And then on the walk home, there's a fella that lives in the neighborhood, and he like will go out in his car and smoke a blunt and just like be on his phone. And he's very friendly, and he'll I see him all the time because I walk so much, and then he's out there and we'll always say hi. We're always like friendly. And today, like and he's he might not be older, but he's a black man in the neighborhood. And there was like the blackness wasn't there. The whiteness wasn't here. The male wasn't there. The female wasn't here. And I saw him coming out of his apartment to cross the street to go to his car. And this went toward him like, I say hi to you all this. I say hi to you all the time. I'm going to tell you my name. So then I can say hi. We can say hi to we can say hi, so and so. He's like, oh, great. I'm Gary. I'm Sarah. Hi, Gary. Hi, Sarah. And then walking. And I love him. And there's more, but uh, Mhm. The stillness cries. Oh, the stillness has loved the beingness. And this is the first, oh my God, the everything is loving the stillness, and the stillness is crying. The stillness is getting love back from the everything. And it's my friend Dylan. This is the catalyst. Like he's catalyzing the like the like the whole tide is turning, or I'm meeting him at the time where the whole tide is turning, and he's helping give permission, and it's flowing in the other direction. He's the greatest lover I've ever had, and we don't make love. But we do. Wow. So these are just words that are just coming out as weird shit. I've never done ayahuasca, but this is just saying that ayahuasca is makes the body nauseous because it's love meeting and it's love. It's the everything loving emptiness. And this isn't true, but it's close. It's the everything loving emptiness too soon or too fast for the body. But it's not a problem because those glimpses are glimpses, but it's too fast for the body. But also not like it doesn't kill the body or anything. So it's not too fast. It is and it isn't. It's just the speed. It just makes the body sick. That's okay. Yesterday, my friend, at the end of a little text exchange, he said something like, I think you're amazing. And then this said, looks something like it looks like I think, or we have a mutual admiration society going here. And that was that conditioning that from mom, it wasn't as strong, it was milder, but like it didn't reciprocate full force like it was expressed from him. And the limitation was in receiving it. It's what this man in the wheelchair like pushed through today. He pushed through it. Like, no, receive it. Like this was pointing to the message, like it didn't belong to anyone, no credit. And then he was saying, no, you, like this person that life has designed this to be has to, not has to, but like take it in. And of course, this thinks my friend is amazing. But it didn't say it back because it couldn't take in that he thinks that this being is amazing. Oh, yeah. I don't know how. I don't know how to let in, but I don't need to. I mean, it happened more with the man before the bus came. So it'll just start to do it, I guess. But yeah, the mind was just trying to like figure out how to let it in. I don't know how. That's all. I don't know how. Of course, I don't know how. So my parents didn't know how. So no one ever like resonated with this body in that way. But maybe my friend knows how. Maybe he's going to show me. That feels, I feel frightened. And sad. That's so nice. Frightened and sad. I don't even know why I feel frightened and sad, but there's still like, and of course, we feel frightened and sad. I don't even need to know why. It's just, of course, frightened and sad. It's something, at least in part, deeper, deeper about sexuality. Like beyond the story of the person into like almost like genetics, it feels like something ancient, not ancient, well, maybe, but archaic. Yeah, that's the word. If I don't even know what that word means, but that's what that, which is so cute. The word is so perfect, and I don't know what it means, which is adorable. Oh, that's something I can love that about this being. That's so cute and so beautiful that she can just say that it's a perfect word and she doesn't know what it means. That's really lovely. Ah, that's nice. But yeah, it's like archaic and related to sexuality or bodies or what is there another perfect word? Archaic. This is interesting. It's not how we use the word into society now. Like the word bestiality in society now is like people having sex with animals, but humans as beasts. Archaic. It's the bestiality of humans with humans. Like can love, like some deep, deep, deep rule that can't be love. Oh, oh, there's a big cat fuzz in the tree. Oh, I don't know if you can see it. Um, yeah, I think he knows something about that I don't know. Maybe. Or might not be knowing, and it might not be in this lifetime. It might be different genetics. I don't know. Bestiality. Animals, human bodies as animals, bodies as animals being loved. Yeah, it's the bodies as animals without the like the touchy feely human love and not knowing, not like some false separation, some like animals in nature, not all of them, but they all reproduce differently. So some of them it's very fast and mechanical, not even touching sometimes, like fish that release things and then others seed that what's released. And then there's like versions that are quite, that appear quite violent or aggressive, like a duck pecking the head, a male duck pecking the head of the female under the water during it, or like a wolves that have the prong penis that like latches in, like it, um, or however, I don't remember the exact anatomy, or sometimes there's like animals that like mate for life and their whole lives, like penguins, they like barely ever even see each other, but their whole lives are for the little ones. Or and I think there are still like separations in the story or in the rules of the character about versions being good and versions being bad, versions being more holy or loving, or and they are and aren't, but like better or worse or separated out or on a continuum. It's still a there's still some sort of conditioning maybe running. My friend, who I affectionately call my gay boyfriend, is really good for this too, because he doesn't seem to be um finding sexuality through partnership, but it's still like really evolving and getting very diverse there, like expanding and getting creative. And it's getting creative almost into like not at all relational or relational, but not like partner relational, like these brief or more shallow or less deep emotional, not like just like anonymous or not at all like that, just like and it's not to tell his story, but it's basically like what I'm witnessing with him is new territory, like socially and for this character, like watching that happen. It makes sense. Like life doesn't, it like can appear. No, it's not even going to be described. But basically, sexuality is like lagging behind in integration in societies, a lot of societies. And this doesn't really care, have interest in like the communal expansions or evolutions of that. It's it's more interested in direct, like uber intimate, like not like the expansion into like the latest version of like free love or um polyamory and stuff like that. It's not interested in ownership or belonging in the form of some oath or something, but like it wants bodies to do what's natural, even when they're in relationship to this body. It doesn't want to be held to an oath or others to hold themselves to an oath if it's not how nature is writing it for them. But yeah, it's like heading in the direction more of like uber intimacy, not some framework or community or I mean, it also has that with SAA, but so I don't tend to like attend the things my gay boyfriend does. I'm not interested in those things. And I tried them. That's how I figured it out. But I'm not, that's not how life is writing it here. Right now, this feels like all at the same time, like a total baby and a mature, solid, straight spined woman feels and like a little girl and like awkward teen, like it feels all of it at the same time. And even like a boy a bit. Those are just words, but to describe like the energetic experience. There's something like, the social conditioning of men and women like that this has experienced so far is like, and this was talked about with the sponsee. And I even asked my sponsee, like, what do you see by your side in your experience? But like biological males that are at least in part heterosexual, um, using biological females who are at least partly heterosexual as like pushers for growth, like using the women, their energy, their body to grow up. Um, Grow up is not, that sounds so judgy and like it's good, or it's not what I mean. To like come home to themselves or to mature. And like the yeah, anyway, just that. Oh, where's I going? And I asked him like like what do you see? And his experience with women is like this biological imperative, like this timeline, this pressure to get married, procreate, start a family that might not be in alignment with the maturing or the readiness or whatever for the man. Some connection was appearing, that and what I was talking about, but I don't. Oh yeah, so there's been like some sort of judgment, I think, with men. I remember reading a book, three men that were talking about spirituality and sexuality. Um, and the one, describing what my friend has described of like, and I'm not even going to be able to say it right because it has not been my experience, but I've judged it. Like basically the spiritual union or something in sex, like because of this history of this body of like feeling like men outsourced their growth through me. It's like interpreted, that description is interpreted as being used. And of course it's not that, it can't be, but but there's a judgment, there's a rule, there's a something here, there's a limitation, there's a something. Somehow those things are conflated as if the mind knows what that person is talking about when it's never experienced it. The lover I had that whereas like got to be all the things, and there was total honesty and sincerity by this side. I really can't speak for him. Actually, I'm pretty sure it wasn't by his side because of the what was happening, the reactivity and stuff. But there were like zero regrets here, and like all different kinds of sex got to happen, and it was so free. It was expressed and asked for and also limited, like it would stop, it would, yeah. But what it didn't have, it had total safety. Oh, wow, this is amazing. It had total safety with itself, but it did not experience total safety from the other. That has never happened here. And I don't even know if that's a thing, or maybe it is. I don't know because we're separate beings, so we can't be like perfection for each other. I don't even know that we'd even want that. So I don't know. So this was total safe. Oh, because it was totally honest. Yeah. So I've never been with a sexual partner who was totally honest. Yeah. It's that simple. Oh, said that way, it's pretty benign, not scary anymore. And if that's what these people were describing is like this spiritual union, this oneness experience, that there was just total honesty between the two people. Oh, awesome. Good for you. That's cool. It's not, then it's the conflated with this other thing is gone. And also like to take responsibility for like that story of, you know, men outsourcing their growth or evolution through this body. Oh, someone in the meeting today described it so well. It was so perfect. Like this, this is this was also a collaborator in that, and it's need to like have an impact to feel valid or worthy or something. So that's like that is not the man's um fault or whatever. That's where we plugged in. And that's way, way less. I don't know if it's gone, but it's way, way less. Like, are there people that I need them to be impacted by me? Oh, that might still be there. See, this is funny because I can see that like I actually need to let in all the way, or not me, but life will need to let in all the way that other body minds are impacted by this body mind. Probably to be more free. I'm not to say total about anything, more free to not be impacted, not have impact. This just totally zeroed itself out. That whole mind that was like autolysis, it met back and annihilated itself because there's no impact or not impact. There's everything is nothing appearing as everything. Yeah, that's the old language, but I can see it. In the appearance of causes and conditions, nothing is not a cause or a condition. And also, there's no causes or conditions over time, or if there are, they can't be known because the mind just makes that up. So it just like annihilated itself. That whole jibber jabber, blah, 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 blah. And I don't like it. I don't like that that was all just said. It feels, I don't know what's coming up is like my uncle. Feels smoke screeny for something else. Oh, that's intense. It feels like this like inner perpetrator feeling. like grooming. That all that was just said feels like grooming. It felt so free when it was said. It didn't feel problematic. Oh, that's spicy. It's like just holding, it's frozen in this scene. It's winter time, visiting my uncle, like family visiting his family. They had all the toys and all the like snowmobiles and boat and all that. And I think we were going to go out sledding or something. His youngest daughter, who was much younger than me, it was the three of us going down in their basement to get like snow suits on and stuff. And his violence and shaming toward her when it was just the three of us. She was just a little girl. You know, she became a stripper and got breast implants, and I don't know what all went down between them, but I don't know if this is true. This is like the ayahuasca thing, but he did that so she wouldn't tell me what he had done. And that's out of thin air. It's not it's not known to be true at all, but it's just being said, and it feels good to say it. It feels bad to say it, but feels good to say it. Like something is happening inside. Something's reorganizing and heating up. Right now it feels like I should know what to do next or something. And I don't. And sometimes that can feel very funny or pleasant or weird. And right now it just has like this, feels mm, like this society-wide dilemma. Um, and it's the dilemma part is disintegrating as it just reverberates here. Violence. The position that had coagulated here around it all being innocent or all being innocence, it became a mental position and it's deconstructing. But it also doesn't, it isn't disappearing. It's remaining and disappearing at the same time. That innocence, that clarity around innocence is, it's not disappearing. It's expanding beyond that or something. Like seriousness, maturity. A place from where boundaries can come. It's not the only place, but it's one of the places from which boundaries can arise. It's like getting stronger or freeing up right now. That's fucking cool shit. Fuck yeah. Fucking hell, amazing. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Boundaries are, ooh, it was firstly going out, and that felt really nice. And now they're like going in toward this being, and that's like, that is enjoyable. Yeah, it's really highlighting the not knowing, the uncertainty, the the undoing something else. It's undoing while it's remaining again. This God is the actor, or God as like God is the one, or life is what's gonna play out how it plays out, and the thoughts come after, expanding that. It's like honing or fine tuning, or oh, I'm picturing like a blacksmith, not sharpening like a blade. It's more like bringing something to a point. Uh, I guess in society, what we call responsibility. Very confusing for the mind. The mind can't get a hold of it, but it's honing something. Something is honing itself. Internal boundaries with itself are honing. This is what Jim has. Yeah, feels masculine. Like all those years in that men's group and with that really good therapist, and Like that's the like healthy masculinity, that it's it's not the like effortful boyish attempt at not being lustful or something that's housed in shame or and it's genderless, like it's masculine in a way, but it's also here it's like gender, it's masculine and genderless, but it's it's like that story of that monk like walking on Venice Beach or whatever, and all the young women in bikinis playing volleyball and stuff, and like no, not a blip on the screen. God, this stuff is moving so fast now. It's like feels right now like synonymous with meditation posture or mountain. This, for the last few years has felt much more like water and fire and air. And there's like mountain. Yeah, it was like mostly air, the awakening, and water, and fire, and now mountain. And it like sped up. The second came faster than the first came fast, yeah. That's shenanigans also, like words. Meters are going up.